Good morning, everybody. Look who's with us here today for 2 hours, 2 hour special.
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I'm so excited for this. We've never worked together. I've got the lovely Linda Chapman and Ian as well here demonstrating, sharing with you a fabulous 2 hours on live shopping VIP. Good morning to you both.
Good morning. I'll be gentle with you, I
Be
promise.
gentle. Oh, thank you. Thank you
I
very
won't take the
much.
mick too much.
Oh, I hope you do actually.
I'll get a crick in my neck. Look, I have to look up to him.
We've got so much to look forward to. We're going festive today with the Crafty Witches, which is very exciting. If you did just join the lovely Mel and Simon Els for the previous hour that's just finished, please make sure to check out your baskets, as of course we are streaming live on liveshopping.vip for today's hours, which is very exciting. And 2 hour special, I'm very much looking forward to this to round up our fabulous weekend here at Live Shopping. We've got loads to look forward to, haven't we?
We have. Unfortunately, it's all Christmas.
Christmas, we love a bit of Christmas. You know what? We always do this when it's the hottest days.
We do.
We do. We just do
Yeah.
it. When we started doing Christmas, it was like 30 degrees.
Yeah.
And do you know what? We used to it every year. We always do, and we do Christmas at this time of the year for that very same reason, which is you craft now for Christmas.
It's the busiest time of the year for making and selling your cards. Is for all your craft fairs that you do up until Christmas. And our angel policy, David, is you are allowed to make and sell for charity, for personal profit. The only thing we ask you not to do, two things, is to take our artwork into another program and change colours and things, because we don't have the license for you to do that. And also, please don't print and sell the individual papers.
Right, okay, so just a few simple steps to follow there. Really simple, straightforward and easy to be able to get involved with the Crafty Witches artwork that we're going to share with you. We've got some wonderful brand new collections to take you through at this wonderful 2 hour slot as well, and lots more to look forward to. We've got SVG files.
We have.
Which I'm really excited about. They are absolutely stunning. We're going to take you through all of the samples. There's cakes, there's cards, there's boxes, SVG box frames, bags, gifts, the lot. There's loads to explore during this hour. I can't wait. We've got so much to look forward to. Before we go into all of the details though and talk more about our show, I'm just really going to briefly share with everybody how they actually shop with us here at Live Shopping, because it's really simple and easy and straightforward, but there's just a few simple steps to follow. So we'll be streaming live on, of course, Facebook and Instagram, so our social media shoppable platforms. You can join us on there and type in the codes that we share with you into the comments section, and they're going to enter all of these downloadable elements into your basket for you, which means there's like no postage and it's checkout, it's yours. It's amazing. It's so simple and easy. So type those codes into the comments, they'll add to your basket. You will receive a link if you've shopped with us on social media as well. And in that link there will, of course, click on it and it will take you to the website at liveshopping.vip. Now, when you get to the website, you just need to make sure you check out your basket. But before you do so, you can always browse the brand shop as well, because there's lots of other items as well from previous shows. And maybe you did also have a think about a few of the others. You can add those to your basket as well, just before you check out. Now, we're also streaming live on the liveshopping.vip website, so if that's your preference and your preferred place to watch, you can also watch there too, which is very exciting. Lots to look forward to, loads on the brand shop you're able to add into your basket, and the prices today as well. I couldn't believe it when you were showing me, and I'm really excited because this is my first time doing the show with you, when you were going through the amount of content on the PC. It's massive.
Value for money.
Amazing value for money, and this artwork is exquisite. It's right up my street. It's nostalgic, timeless Christmas. We're going to do a bit of all of it, aren't we? So get your comments in, get your questions in as well. We'd love to hear from you. Of course, we've got the lovely Ian demonstrating, taking us through some projects. And we're going to have the lovely Linda as well on PC, showing us some bits and bobs.
I'm going to do as little as possible and let Ian do all the work, because he's getting paid and I'm not. So I have to get my money's worth out of him.
Money's worth.
He's still serving his apprenticeship, because he's now known as Ian the Sorcerer. He got promoted, but he's on probation, and I had to extend it last time we were on here.
Oh, really?
He was a bit, he was getting a bit above himself.
Oh,
know?
were you? Oh,
yeah,
can't be
trying my
having
best
that.
to.
Do you know what? I agree with you. I'd do the same.
There was more space between me and him, and I couldn't get to him. I can get to him now.
Do I need to stand a bit closer? Do I need to get a find? You know what spells casted across the room?
You protect him.
This is it. I'll be the barrier.
She's not called Trouble for any.
I guess the name fits, right? I don't know what I would be. I dread to think of what I would be called.
You can be an honorary Hubble Bubble, because
honorary Hubble.
Hubble Bubble. So we've got Hubble Bubble, which is David for today. We've got Toyle, who is Becky Seddon, who designs all these wonderful collections. you know, we come up with the concepts between us. Becky and I own the company.
Yes.
And then we've got Trouble Who's Me, which is self-explanatory. We've got Ian the Sorcerer, and then we've got Sharon the Cat. Sharon is Sharon Callis, and we will be bringing some of her things on the shows in future.
Oh, fabulous. Lots to look forward to there as well. And of course, you'll know Linda and the team here from the Crafty Witches. Such familiar, family-friendly faces as well. So we're so happy that you're part of the live shopping family.
We love
here.
being here.
Oh, good. That's good then. And they bring treats, sweets,
we brought
biscuits,
biscuits,
cakes.
and I've brought him some Haribos.
Look at these cakes. I mean, look at the size of that cake on there. And that's printed using the brand new artwork today,
That's
isn't it?
using an edible printer with, edible papers. So you can even...
So edible icing paper.
Yeah.
So.
We're really up in the game in the world of printing. We've done sublimation all sorts recently, but printing edible paper is something I've never done.
Well, when I think about it, David, my very first show on Create and Craft was April the 17th, 2004.
Right.
So I've been doing digital crafting now for... Yeah, 20, this is my 22nd year.
Wow.
I have stood on my soapbox for 22 years extolling the virtues of digital crafting.
Yes.
And now people are starting to believe me.
Well, it's Team Digital today, absolutely.
And when I first started, you only had the choice of Macs or PCs using Windows. Macs were for clever people. So most people use Windows.
Right.
We didn't have iPads, we didn't have iPhones, we didn't have Chromebooks. So it was quite simple in those days. You only had to cater for two lots of users.
Well, yeah, it was
now,
like CD-ROMs and that sort of thing, right?
So now you've got to think, right, well, will this work with such and such? Will this... Our products will work. Anything you can connect a printer to, whether it be by Wi-Fi or with a dongle or whatever you call it, you can use our products, our downloads. Simple as that. That's the simplest way I can put it.
No, it is, and that's all you need to know is that this product is for you at home. Like you said, if it connects to a printer, you can use it, and we love to be able to hear that. Absolutely love that concept about this. Please get involved, stay with us. We've also as well got the lovely Diane on cameras today. It's her debut.
First time. She's a camera virgin.
Well, on this side of the camera, absolutely not. But we've got the true digital team in today, and of course the lovely Sophie producing and directing the show. So get your comments in, and of course share some love for Diane on camera. She's doing a cracking job, as of course she is. But there's going to be lots to look forward to.
I've known Diane for about 20 years now, haven't we? We first met in the green room at Newark Road, doing a pick of the day, didn't we? Yeah.
They were long shifts.
They were long shifts.
I heard that, yeah. I heard that they were rather long days.
I was a lot younger in those days, David. Yeah.
But we've still, of course, and still today, keeping it current. And I think that's the timeless aspect with digital crafting that's so important to touch on, is that it never fails to impress.
No, and you're not limited. Like with a paper kit, and love paper kits, there's a place for everything. You are not governed by the price, because when we put paper kits together, and been there, done that, got the T-shirt, you have to say, right, I've got 24 sheets because of the price point that you're aiming for. So you think, right, how many decorative papers how many toppers, can I put inserts in, can I do this? Digital crafting, you can do what you want because you're not governed by, by what's in it, by price and printed papers. And as David said, you more or less get it instantly. You don't have to wait for the postman. Environmentally friendly, because we're not, with delivery vans and things, there's no plastic involved, very eco-friendly.
Yeah, it's a very economical way of crafting, because there's nothing
you print
really...
what you want.
Until you print, maybe it's something you're emailing, it could be an e-card that you're doing, it could be something like that. So it may be that the printing is the last resort of that project anyway.
Houses are getting smaller, so space is getting tighter. I mean, I am just waiting for my craft room come office to go through the ceiling, and it's right above where Colin sits in the chair, which was, that I put his chair there for a reason, bless him. And and one day it probably will, because we've already repaired one crack, but we don't have the storage these days. This is
the answer.
You can put these onto USBs, you can put them onto hard drives, external hard drives. So yeah, it's so much easier.
It
I
is
think.
easier. It's the way forward, and it's the way of the world. It's how we're working, and as you said, cost effective, saving money, but getting more for your money.
And you never run out of your favourite paper,
Never
and
run
it's
out.
open 24 hours a
Oh,
day.
I can't begin to tell you the papers I've never used because I was scared to.
I
It's like
have-
buying a pair of shoes and never wearing it.
I have a box on the top of my shelving unit that's been there 22 years. And it's got papers, and they're for somebody special, but I haven't made a card for somebody that
happens.
special yet.
Exactly, this is the thing.
So-
right, let's get started, shall we?
This is our new book of spells. Now, this is exclusive to Live Shopping VIP for 7 days. So don't go on our website because it's not there. It's a book of spells. It's got 5 chapters.
Right.
And you've got 4 complete collections, 30 A4 printable sheets in each. And then we've given you 50 toppers in 2 sizes, the Scandi toppers here.
Yes, love those.
And this is, if you've got a Windows PC, you can, this works. I was saying Windows XP, but Windows XP is getting a bit old now. So it's, I think Windows 8 is, but as long as you have an up-to-date, it's future-proof.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it?
Because-
That's the realistic aspect of this. That it is
As long as
future-proof.
you've got, it works, the PDF, so it works with Adobe Reader. As long as you've got an up-to-date version of Adobe Reader,
Yeah.
if you change your computer, my laptop is Windows 11, my desktop is Windows 10, but if you get up to Windows 15, these will still work.
There you go. So you've got peace of mind knowing that your purchase today is going to work for what you've got at home. Now, your code to be able to get this into your basket is Shop Bewitched. This is your Book of Spells Bewitched edition. This is jam-packed with absolutely beautiful, tasteful, Christmas, timeless imagery. Should we have a little look at some of the projects? Because over here, there's the most beautiful display, including those luxury cupcakes.
Yeah, one will go missing, I can assure you, when
Just
I sit
one?
down. Well, I'll have one. It
might
depends how
have one as
many
well.
you want new ones.
I've got my eye on a few,
But
actually.
you've got quirky Christmas, you've got whimsical Christmas, you've got traditional Christmas, and then you've got the toppers as well, as I say, and so easy to use, and there's something there for everybody. Now imagine printing these off and using them in your workshops and things like that, because you are allowed to do that. But there's something there for everybody.
So we've got flexibility to do that and the rest with this. We're just having a little technical glitch on the camera. It's absolutely fine. It's coming back for us. But again, you've got 5 different chapters to take you through here. And as you said, this is a vast amount of artwork and content here for you as well. Woo, there we go. £19.99 for 5 chapters inside this huge download for you. And of course, when we share with you downloads, they're quick, simple, easy to download, and they're going to be with you almost instantly. So you can craft at the same time as Ian and Linda today, which is amazing. Get your baskets checked
Imagine
out.
making cupcakes look to match. We thank Louise for doing this.
Oh, thank you, Louise. Absolutely. They're amazing. So that's that printable, edible printing. Yeah. That's just amazing. So card shapes, card making, printing them onto rice papers. And as you mentioned, you can change the scaling of these images if you want to.
On our website, am I allowed to?
Of course you are.
Right, so www.thecraftyWitches.co.uk. If you go into inspiration and information, we have a warlock called Kevin, who is our tech warlock, Kevin Noble. And he has written, you ask a question, he's given an answer to it. So if you go in, he's done little videos on how you use the snapshot tool and how you download, how you extract the files and everything. If you get stuck, just email us, hello@thecraftywitches.co.uk, and you get this superb lady answers your email, sometimes at 4 o'clock in the morning if I'm awake, if I've had to go to the loo and I get back into bed and I can't get to sleep.
I'll answer emails.
And she speaks your language because I don't know techno speak.
There you go. Techno speak. I don't know much of that either, to be honest. I know craft speak. But you've got all those questions to be answered. £19.99 Shop Bewitched for this. We're going to show you it in closer detail on the PC as well in just a few minutes' time. You've seen some beautiful samples. Should we quickly share with you some of the items we do have on the show?
So this is your Christmas junk journal. And let's show you one of these. Right, now this, imagine if you're doing a workshop, you could print all the papers off and create, you can just put your own take on it. You have everything. You've got the front covers, you've got the inside sheets, you've got the backing papers, you've got the ephemera that goes on as well, you've got little envelopes, Everything you need, I think if you show that one,
let's have a look in here.
we've got sentiments and we've got...
Look at this. Oh my goodness. So you can see here
all
of
the
these
elements.
It's got like a Victorian feel
Yeah.
about it as well, hasn't it? I mean, look at these postcards in here. That is gorgeous. This is the imagery that is timeless, nostalgic. You look at it and it's kind of like the Christmas has gone by.
It is.
Yeah, it's
so
that
imagine
feel.
just printing those sheets off, putting them in packs and giving them to the people who come to your workshops and just say, fill your boots.
Yeah, that's
just do what you
Look
want.
at the borders inside here, and you can see there's such strong layering in here as well. You can see texture, like there's checks, there's script, there's overlay inside here as well within the baubles, and the colour palette that you've chosen to work alongside with this is so complementary of the era that it's
You
from.
get, I think it's 74 A4 printable sheets.
Oh, look at that.
Now,
it looks flocked.
Yeah, all of our downloads, all of our files are 300 DPI, which is high resolution. If we were sending them to a professional print company to print as paper packs, these would be the files we would send to them.
Right, so you've got high quality
You
resolution
have, which
with
means
this.
that if you want to expand, make the images larger, you can take them to the nth degree and they won't pixelate.
That's what you want to know, absolutely. So you've got that full collection there for you. This is Shop Memories. Guess what though? £12.99 for this one. 74 printable sheets inside here. This is your answer to all of your Christmas cards. And you know what? This is because of the theme you've gone with here as well. It's so timeless. It's
so
Christmas
nostalgic,
is years to, It is, and this is like, you know, Christmas is about memories. It's heritage. It's that accumulation of heirlooms and things that you collect from families and ancestors.
We all know that
down.
money's tight these days, and it's getting tighter. So this would make an ideal Christmas gift because it's made with love.
Oh, it would.
And people have invested their time in it, and you can't buy time. It's precious.
You can't.
So if you made this for somebody, they would treasure it.
Well,
they
yeah,
would
your
think it was a
time.
wonderful gift. You don't, and it's only cost you £12.99 to buy the downloads and the paper to print
so
it.
inexpensive.
Yeah.
I mean, the download prices you
And it
put together
gets
for
less
us.
every time you print it.
Well,
you
yeah,
know?
because that's an additional time you've used it from the first time it was actually begun with. So this one here is Shop Memories to go for this one. Just tab it into the comments, or alternatively, if you're on the website, drop and drag it into your basket. And then, of course, you can check out during or after the show. Remember, we've got a 2-hour special today with the lovely Linda and Ian taking you through. This one, £12.99 Shop Memories. Get that one now. You're going to love it. And I think it complements, of course, the Book of Spells really well. You can
They
use
all go together.
They work so well. I can see these papers being utilised with like the toppers inside there as well.
You can make cards with them. You don't have to make a book. You can make cards
well,
as well.
I'm going to be honest with you. I was thinking rice papers because that's right
Exactly.
up my street.
I mean,
These
the
are
only
rice papers.
the only limitation, I know it's a bit cliche, is your imagination, isn't it?
That's bottom line. That is it.
And
Is
we
your
crafters
imagination.
have plenty of imagination.
Well, that's what the whole team's here for, is for that inspiration and imagination. So that one there for you is Shop Memories. Please don't miss out on this. Definitely shop during the live shows today. And as well, when you are checking out, remember to have a little look in the brand shop. Shall we have a look at these?
Right, so these are our, what we call mini kits. So
Mini
in
kits.
each of these 3 kits, there are 12 printable sheets. Now these cost individually £3.49. Yeah, for 12 sheets. So you get everything. You get your toppers, you get your backing papers, you get your decorative papers, you get your solid papers, you get your essential papers, you get an insert, and you get some sentiment strips. So you've got everything in there to create loads of cards. So we've got Home for Christmas, which David really liked.
I really like this one.
And then we've got Nativity Joy, which I really like, because I like the whimsical characters.
Christmas.
And then you've got Frosted Elegance, and David's word with that one was wow.
Yeah, when this came up onto the computer, which we're going to do, I was honestly taken aback by the quality and the pure bliss of these images. I think so much so. Can we quickly share with you some of the projects, because they are stunning. So if you're looking in here, so Home for Christmas, look how beautiful these homes are. And it's the most picturesque Christmas home from like those films, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at that. It is gorgeous.
From our house to your house.
That's it. And that's the true Christmas message that you're going to be sending.
And because they, you know, they
these.
cost just pennies per sheet in print, you can decoupage these as much as you want.
Well, of course. I mean,
and then you've got Frosted Elegance in the middle, and then you've got your Nativity Joy, if you like something a little bit more traditional but with a whimsical twist. I love those sheep.
I know, they're so cute. You can see the true difference though between the collections,
Yes.
and you can see that's presented so well, especially within this selection of samples. There, the colours that have been chosen, they're soft, the palette is really gentle as well. But there's such a sense of warmth within these. When you see all the sheep there gathered together, all nestled in, how cute is that image? That's just, and look at these. They just make you smile, don't they? And I think when you're working with something that puts a smile on your face, you know for a fact that when the recipient of that card opens it, it's going to be even more exaggerated.
Yes.
It's just something to explore and enjoy.
And you never make two cards the same, really.
Well,
but if you want to, you can, because you're not going to run out of sheets. You know, with the paper kit, you think, oh, I can't use that because I've only got one sheet of it. Here, you just keep printing and printing and printing.
Keep printing. So you could do 3 or 4 of the same. Maybe in your craft veg markets, you could
do
have
packs.
these out for you.
Yeah, you
know,
can
like
do
what you
packs
displayed
of
here.
them. Yeah.
There you go. You make your money back quickly because
Oh, the
for
world's your
$12.99
lobster, as I say.
The world is your lobster with this. Oh my goodness! But look at this. Darren's having a cruise through the shop at the moment. She's picking the cards.
She's
for her.
multitasking. Yeah,
multitasking here. Oh, I think I'm liking that one. Look at these projects. There's something for everybody amongst all of these cards. Honestly, the design team have done an incredible job with this. They are beautiful, Linda. They really are.
I'd call them my girls and boys. I don't call them the DT because that sounds like a nasty disease.
Oh, you have come down with the DT.
Yeah, the DTs are this. So I call them my boys and girls, and I am very honoured to have such talented people.
Absolutely.
Can I say get well to Ross? Ross has broken a wrist. I know all about broken wrists.
Oh dear. Oh yeah, it's not a broken
And
wrist,
I did go on Create and Craft with a plaster on from my wrist to my shoulder. I still worked.
Wow, powered through there, absolutely.
This
no
is
stopping
Countryside Christmas, or Christmas Countryside, and this is beautiful fox, deer, reindeer, flowers, florals, and just a different twist on Christmas. But you could also use this for, it's my brother's birthday on Christmas Day. It was the worst Christmas present we ever got because my nana, my mum was at home when she gave birth to him, and my nana had to cook the Christmas dinner, and my nana couldn't cook for toffee. So Christmas dinner that
really
year was
your
dreadful.
Day.
It did spoil my day. Plus, he was a boy, and I'd already got 2 brothers. I wanted a sister. I didn't want another brother. So he was born on Christmas Day.
That was a present that was being delivered regardless of what was happening that day.
I mean, people don't just celebrate Christmas. Like Colin and I got married in February, so we had a winter wedding.
A winter wedding.
We were going to have a June wedding, but the house was...
Birthday's in January.
Is it? Well, the house was finished sooner than it was supposed to be, and we had to move the wedding forward because we couldn't afford not to live in it and pay the mortgage. But as I was saying, in those days, David, 46 years ago, you didn't live over the brush. It was frowned upon.
Frowned upon.
So we had to move the wedding forward to February.
Really?
People have winter birthdays, people have winter anniversaries, you know, so it's
I've always
for all
fancied
occasions.
a winter wedding. You know, I just think it's nice.
It snowed the week before,
Really?
so there's little traces of snow on our wedding photographs, and then it snowed the week after.
Oh, that's lovely. I think as well, there's so much stylised around that theme anyway. It just works.
It does,
It's picturesque. And I think as well, talking of that, this particular aspect, if you wanted to do winter greeting cards that aren't necessarily for Christmas, this would work really well. We have all of our family's birthdays seem to be the back end of the year in December and November.
Right.
And trying to find birthday cards that always match the season can be tricky.
It can.
Because all of a sudden you're sending this bright pop of beautiful summery birthday card on a December's day. It doesn't quite fit.
No, and towards Christmas, it's all Christmas cards in the shops, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And you get a poor selection, so make
You
your
do.
own.
Absolutely. And this is a real mix inside here, but of course all well coordinated. I love all as well, almost the watercolour look and feel to some of the imagery.
Yeah.
It's very professional and also incredibly commercial as well. This is attractive, it's eye-catching, it's captivating, but so achievable to craft with. And all of those things wrapped together in one for £9.99. It's just
There
why
are
not?
120 A4 printable sheets because you've also got bags.
Talking pence, a fraction of pence each.
Yes, you've also got bags and you've got
Look at
boxes.
that. Oh my
You've
goodness,
got
look in
ready-made
here.
cards on there.
Look at these boxes. Oh my word, this is amazing. The boys and girls have done a fabulous job with these.
They have.
Look in here. Aren't these
So if
cute?
you've
Look
just
at
got
the
a small
paper.
gift, you can make it look even more expensive by putting it in a handmade box and put in ribbons and things on them.
I do that with everything now because it's that extra touch. There's far more value in something that's handmade.
Yeah.
There always is, whether it's just a decorative accent that you're adding, whether you're making the tag or the bag for it to go into, it's the thought that always counts. And that's so achievable with this. £9.99 shop country to get hold of these. That pattern on that bag is beautiful. It really is. And think about how much you'd pay for something like that individually, made on its own in a shop, against the price of £9.99 for the entire 120 A4 sheets. Toppers, you've got card-shaped elements in there. You've almost got a framework of cards created, meaning you can go straight in if you want to put your dies over the top, all that sort of stuff.
Yes, yeah. And as I say, because you're just printing, you can print whatever you want. You can decoupage, do, change the sizes of the toppers, make bigger cards, make smaller cards, because, we're all thinking of the postage these days well.
Of course we are.
So you can make them smaller as well as larger.
Right, okay. What do you fancy doing? Do you fancy continuing, or do you want to have a little look on the PC? Should we continue?
We'll finish because we've only got 2 more, and then we'll...
2 more?
Yes, so this is your...
these boxes.
Magical box. Now, these are all PDFs. You don't need an electronic machine with these. And you only print what layers you want to use. But if you can look in here.
That.
This, again, you could put those special chocolates that the ambassador sends everybody. And people will just think this is absolutely marvellous.
Yeah, you need this in your life.
And again, if you're doing workshops, this is a project, because by the time they cut them out and they put them together, there's little envelopes there and things, and you can put your gift in there. This
That's
is just,
amazing.
it is, isn't it? But you can stop where you want with the layers. I'm going to let you put the lids on, David, because
I'll do that bit.
my hand's wobbling.
I'll do that bit in a few seconds.
And then we've got the last one we've got. So that's your festive box.
Pop it here for a moment.
David has really, he's wowed by these, aren't you?
These are unbelievable. And we were actually talking about this literally seconds before we went live, because with these, I was talking about, cards that have kinetic elements and maneuverable elements to them. There are a fortune to buy those, and making them from scratch is such a cost-effective way of doing it.
These are SVG files. But you can use them in the Brother Scan and Cut, you can use them in Silhouette Cameo, you can use them on the Cricut machines, as long as your machine can read SVG files. So if you've got a Silhouette Cameo, you need to buy the designer edition to enable it to read the SVG files. And there are 6 layers to each card.
6 layers, wow.
6 layers.
Look at the scenes that are created, and I guess as well, if you wanted to, you could leave out a layer if you wanted to, or one could be vellum and you put lights in there. Or you could just
do it in black and white, you could do it in plain white, and it falls flat. It's 7 by 7, so it will fit in probably an 8 by 8 envelope would be best. See how it falls flat?
It's literally flush to the surface, and then it will literally just go.
So when you're doing your Christmas craft fair, you want your stall to stand out from the rest, because there are lots of people selling cards these days.
Definitely.
Handmade cards. You need it to stand out for the rest, and something like this will make you stand out from the rest of them.
It's eye-catching, there's an impact with this, and there's an incredible amount of detail that have gone into this. So you mentioned with the SVG files, you can use these on not only a Scan and Cut, you can use them on...
Silhouette Cameo, and you can use them in the Cricut. As long as your machine can read SVG files, then you can use them.
There you go. That's all you need to know. How amazing is that? So you've got complete flexibility with this particular one for you. This is shop box. I cannot believe that's £7.99.
I know.
Really?
Yes.
£7.99 for
and
all
you
of
get
those.
all 4.
All 4 of those. Yeah, that's not. I thought I would happily pay over £10 for one of them.
I'll have to put my prices up.
I think honestly, you've got an absolute steal
today. Do you want to come and work for me, David? You don't get paid, but you can come work for me.
Right. Okay. So all of that to remember. We've shared with you the graphics and the details on your screen as well. Shall we have a quick look at it on the book of spells on the PC, and then we'll go to demo and show it you.
As with your digital downloads, they come as zipped files.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Because we need to compress them, because some of the files are really big.
Yes.
So we put them in a big file, zip it up. Mm-hmm. So the first thing you have to do when you get the file is to extract it, and you just right click and click on extract all.
Right,
When you
okay,
extract it, you will see these files here. You will see autoplay and auto run. They are the two that you're interested in. Now, if you remember this saying, if you're using anything other than a Windows PC, you need to play with the files. So you go into autoplay.
Right.
You go into autoplay, then docs, and in there there's some printable indices for the kits, and also all the individual files. So you can print the indices out, and then you've got the file names there.
Oh, perfect.
But you've also got pictures, images. If you've got a Windows PC, and I like my desktop, I do all my work on my desktop because I think that's a proper PC.
Well, yeah, I guess
And I'm not clever enough to use a Mac. But yeah, you need to be in the autoplay for Macs as well. So anything you can connect a printer to, you go into autoplay unless you've got a Windows PC and then you want to run the files.
Right.
So you click on auto run. Now sometimes you will get a little thing that comes up saying, what do you want to do with this file? And you put run anyway. Now I'll tell you what that happens. It's like a little warning. The files are perfect. There are no issues with the files because we've been using this software for years. The reason why you get that flash comes up on the screen is because the people who have devised this software, built the software, have not paid Microsoft thousands, tens of thousands of pounds to get a security certificate.
Oh, I see.
Right?
So that's what that is then.
Yeah, so all you do is click on run anyway, more info, run anyway. You will only ever see that message once because after that, it just opens straight away.
Right, okay.
So here's, if you are using a Windows and I'm using a Windows laptop, so we've clicked on Auto Run Exe, which is the one with the CD-ROM icon next to it. Here's your book of spells. And if you've got the sound working, it does tinkle when you open it.
Oh, it tinkles. Ooh.
So Colin's done this.
Oh,
Okay. I have to give him something to do.
I love the book and everything. I think the whole layout of this just looks wonderful.
It's because we are the Crafty Witches, so everything's based around magic and things like that. So you open up, there's our website. If you need any help, there's more information there that takes you the terms and conditions, where you need to go if you need help or anything. And you've got everything in chapters. Now you'll see when you hover over the collections, your cursor changed to a hand. So which one would you like to have a look at, David?
I mean, I'm loving the look so far of a cute Christmas right at the top
cute
there.
Christmas. So we just click on the image and straight away you're
There's
into
no loading,
the toppers.
it just pops up?
No, it just pops up. And then, so here's your toppers. You just click on the topper, opens up an Adobe Reader. You go to print, file print, and you print it.
Right, everybody.
Now, always print on best quality.
Okay.
And you can have the most inexpensive printer, but you need good quality paper. And you sell the good quality paper here.
Well, you were actually mentioning earlier that you've printed some of your designs onto some of the substrates that we share here on a daily basis on Highlight Crafts and Live Shopping.
So this is on your rice paper.
Printable rice paper with elements shared on the show as well. So we've got the printable rice paper for you.
And this is one of the toppers, and all Ian's done is made it larger.
Blown it up quite literally.
Probably done fit to page, haven't you?
Right.
Yeah.
Fit to page for that one.
I know him so well.
Know him so well. But then,
There is, isn't there?
but this for you is a real dramatic difference. Now this here is the pure, and behind it we have the premium. Now, as you mentioned just a moment ago, look at the colour saturation in there. Wow. And that's the same settings, same printer, different paper.
Just shows you, yeah.
It is the quality, that's the difference. And of course, the images that you said, 300 DPI, quality images, crisp and sharp, bold, bright and beautiful colours, presented perfectly on the
When
paper.
I first started with Chris Warner doing CD-ROMs, sometimes it was 72 DPI and sometimes it was 150. And of course, ink was more expensive than paper. Printers have come on so much in the last 20 odd years.
Yeah.
We all use EcoTank, Epsom EcoTank printers. There are other printers out there in the market. But ink is so expensive. But again, choose the best
Oh,
quality
it's come along
printer.
such a way. I remember being in school and we'd be doing homework or whatever at home, and we had this computer that like you'd fire it all up and everything, and we'd have a printer and you'd get about 20 A4 sheets for it right
Yeah.
out. And if I ever did a full A4 in colour, I think my mum would start sweating. She'd be like, oh my goodness, why is it in full colour? It has
Yeah.
to be for school.
Yeah.
But now it's come such a far way and it makes a difference. But those toppers there, this is all within Shop Bewitched for you, $19.99. And the quality of those, these remind me of like Christmas storybooks. They are beautiful.
And then all you do is go down. It's all based on the cauldrons. So click on next. Here's some more toppers for you. Click on next again. You've got your decorative papers, A4. Then you've got 12 by 12. So if you've got an A3 printer or A3 plus printer, you can print 12 by 12 papers. Then we like essential papers. Your essential papers are your dots, your stripes, your checks and things like that. And again, you've got them in 12 by 12. Then you've got your solid colours. Now, you know that everything within this particular collection will mix, match and harmonise. There is no pink there because pink would stand out for the wrong reason. That's straight where your eyes would go.
Okay.
Becky has chosen colours that appear in the artwork.
Nice.
So nothing jars on the eyes. So one of the most difficult things when you first start crafting is what goes with what.
Yeah.
We've done all that hard work for you. So there's your, imagine being able to print your own 12 by 12 solid coloured papers.
Well, it's a dream.
So you're going to get 4 of the solid papers in each of the 4 collections. So there's 16 different colours you're going to get between the Book of Spells. Then you've got your inserts. Now, we could have just given you 2 inserts, an A5 one and an A/8 one, and said, right, resize them yourself. But some people don't like to do that. So we've given you all the different sizes, 5 by 7, 6 by 4, 7 by 7, 8 by 8, A5 and DL.
Nice. So you've got every configuration you need.
Yes, and then you just stamp your sentiments in there, or use one of the sentiment strips, or your handwriting.
Yeah.
We forgot now to handwrite these days.
Oh, we have. Do you know, I'm so used to not doing it.
Then you've got some little 4 by 4 inserts, but we've also got these lovely verses. So Magical Night, in the hush of night where snowflakes gleam and rooftops sparkle in moonbeam, a jingle stirs the sleeping air, a sleigh glides through the frosty flare. With a beard of white and eyes that twinkle like stars that in the heavens sprinkle, he comes with laughter, joy and cheer to all who dream and still hold dear.
Oh, how wonderful.
So you get that in 2 different sizes. And then we've given you borders, horizontal and vertical, because it does make a difference. And you always want the one you don't have.
Of course you do.
And then we've got, what comes next? We've got some embellishments. So we've got your flowers, your leaves, we've got your gift tags. Remember, you can resize each of those gift tags by using the snapshot tool. And then we've got all your sentiments. And your sentiments, again, are in those 4 solid colours.
Yeah.
And then you click on home and you go to the next one.
Oh, look at that.
So there's the Quirky Christmas.
Oh, I like that colour palette.
If we go to home again, there's your traditional Christmas. And if we go to home again, there's your whimsical Christmas, which is pastel colours.
Oh, this is wonderful. I'm loving every single bit of this.
And then your 5th one is your Scandi toppers, which come in 6 by 6 and A6, but remember, you can resize them. So you click on there and there's 50 different toppers
this
in
is
here.
Like folk art, Scandi.
Yeah.
This. I mean, these
not
as
just for
coasters look
Christmas,
really
yeah.
nice.
Not just for Christmas.
No,
these.
they're not at all. Especially like the stags on there,
Yeah.
the trees and the wilderness settings. Could
So
work for anything.
yeah, there's your Nutcracker, and then you're going to get these in the 2 sizes.
Oh, I'm getting this. I love
Right.
that. This is my favourite now. This
And then
is taking over.
back to home.
The interface is, so, I mean, it's wonderful the way it's been put together, but it's so simple to work
Yeah,
with as well. It's so straightforward.
user-friendly. I react better to images than I do to file numbers.
Yeah.
So if you've got a Windows PC, this is perfect.
It absolutely is, and I know a lot of you at home do as well, especially joining us for our digital shows here at Highlight Crafts. Thank you so much for running through that for us, Linda. Should we have a look at a little cheeky demo now with our lovely Ian? Can I borrow your microphone?
I'm going to sit down and have a rest now.
Oh, yeah. Is this when one of those cupcakes are going to disappear?
Yeah.
There we are. Thank you very much. There you are, my lovely.
Thank
you go. Right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to do a recap as well a little bit later on during the show, but you are joining us for the Crafty Witches 2-hour special here today on Saturday. Maybe if you're having a little sit down at Doncaster, you're having a little rest, maybe you've just hopped on and joined us. I hope you're having a wonderful day and staying cool and hydrated. There's loads of wonderful comments coming through as well, and it's great to hear from you. As well, another collection of fabulous festive delights from our wonderful Sharon as well. Ian, this is gorgeous. Thank you so much for coming today.
Oh, thank you. It is, and do you know what? I always think I started off digital crafting because of Linda.
Wow, lovely.
And it's going back. I was laying in bed one day watching Create and Craft, and she was doing her first USB.
Really?
And it does. Your mind just goes berserk because you think, what can I do?
Yeah.
What can I do with it? And I've been with her ever since, and
It must be an amazing experience for you, though, to be, of course, on that side, to then wrap around, be involved in the craft, and then share your knowledge and inspiration through your journey, even for today as well. That's wonderful.
I mean, it's like everything, isn't it? You know, when you first start off crafting, you're buying all the papers, you want all the tools and everything.
Yeah.
This is a one-stop shop, isn't it? Because you just need white paper to print. I know, you can't, best quality card, and like Linda says, on the best quality print. You don't need to have all the stuff in your craft for it. Like
you don't.
Mine's falling through the roof as well. Like you know,
Mine's too. I've got a lot of paint in mine, and I'm a bit. When I go near the cupboard where it all is, the floor squeaks, and I'm like.
But yeah, it's one of the best ways of crafting because there is so much you do. You've seen the cakes.
Yeah.
You also do some sublimation. I do that. I
really?
did some of our Christmas stuff last year.
Yeah.
And I did it on canvas bags, and I was selling it as reusable because I do craft fairs and stuff. I showed it as reusable Christmas bags, like to put bottles of wine in and stuff. And
all the
things
giftables.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that. We've got loads of people as well supporting and showing the love today for yourself and Linda being here from Crafty Witches. And as well, Bev Jenkins has just asked about how do you resize your images when you're printing them off. So is it quite simple to do so?
It is. So when like Linda said, you just print, click to print, it takes you into Adobe Reader.
There you go.
And then if you then press print,
yeah.
It then brings you up a grey box, and it's got you've got to fit.
Yeah.
You've
Shrink
got
to
actual.
fit. Yeah.
And you've got there's another one. I'm going to show you something different as well in one of the other demos I've got.
Yeah.
Because I've discovered something else in the last few weeks.
Can I just say, if is it Bev? Did you say?
Bev, yes.
If Bev emails us at hello@thecrafty-witches, emails me. I'll be home later on today. If she sends me an email, I will give her a link to the page on the website that shows you how to do it.
So you've got a full page for it, Bev. There you go. So just drop an email. Just going to apologise briefly. The camera was doing backflips, somersaults, and loop-de-loops and everything there. It was not Diane. It was bless Diane on her first camera debut as well. We have this thing, I think it's called a gimbal, isn't it? Yeah. And basically, it's an amazing piece of equipment when it's got power. And it ran out of battery, and it just went like that. We all know the feeling, but it's back up in action. But thank you ever so much, guys, for covering that question. I hope it answered that for you, Bev, and as well, do email over if there's anything else. Right, Ian, shall we have a little look?
Yeah, so what I've done is I've printed off, I'm going to use the Nutcracker.
Lovely.
But I'm also going to use it in conjunction with the Whimsical Christmas collection.
Great.
So you can see that it all works together. As Linda always says, mix, matches and harmonises. So it does that as well. So I always just print off like what I call my recipe.
Yeah.
So this is the Nutcracker. I printed 4 of him, and again, to make what I'm going to make today. But I wouldn't have been able to have done that with a paper pack, so that's the first thing. I've printed one of the decorative papers, and again, it's borderless. So if you're buying, when you had paper packs in the past, it was all borderless. So some printers do that for you.
Brilliant.
I'm using a bit of our white card, and then the solid colour, and then I've got the sentiments that I've printed out.
I love those colours. They're nice colours together.
So I'm taking inspiration. I did from somebody I watched on a television. It was Nancy Watt, and she used like sort of a brown paper to stick it all down. So it's already got foam pads on.
I'm loving the organisation that you've got going on right now. So that was a little nod to Nancy Watt, was it?
It was, yeah. And also, just to say as well, my craft room's nothing like this. This is organised here, but it's chaos at home. Right. So all I've done is I've cut it out 4 times, and I've just broke it down to make my own version of what I want as decorative decoupage. You can do whatever you want. So I'm just going to pull him off.
Lovely stuff.
And build my little nutcracker up.
Oh, fabulous. So whatever technique works for you, just cutting it out, layering it up, and you've just taken different sections each time.
Yeah. And I mean, you can use your glue gels and stuff, but I've just, some people will do it slightly different, won't they? They'll probably cut out the fat. Oh, I've gone a bit low there.
Oh, I think it looks all right.
He's gone a bit squiff.
Squiff?
Yeah.
I would never have even noticed. A nice frappe. Was that what's done it, has it? Oh, sorry. We're afraid we can't make any ice frappes here. Every morning, first thing I have is I have a black coffee first thing.
It was the second one of the day. I've already had one this morning before when I left the house.
Right, okay.
It's too hot to. So
yeah,
what I've done is I've used the whimsy because I've built him up. So that we've got him ready to go onto the card, and then I've just got a 6x6 card, and I've just cut down some of the decorative paper, just put some white paper just to give it that pop, and then some of the dark paper. So I'm just going to pop.
I love the colours in this collection as well, and the simplicity. Also, as well, the way that the interface is built up with all of that, it's actually inspirational as you're crafting through it, and you work. The projects kind of just build, don't they, in your head? And
it works for everybody as well, doesn't it? Because when you're a seasoned crafter, sometimes you don't want all the guidance, do you? And you want to just go off on your own. But if then you're brand new today and you're just joining us today, it's all there for you to click, print and craft.
That's a really nice way of putting it, actually.
Because we all, you see paper pads and all sorts of things. We all have our own ideas, don't we? And we don't want to follow the...
Of course you do. Sometimes some of us like the blank space, some of us like it to be filled for us. And you've created your own with this.
Yeah, so just giving it some mats and layers just to give it a bit pop. And like I say, this is from the Whimsical Christmas. Again, I've just got my foam pads on already.
I'm definitely stealing that technique with the greaseproof paper. That's such a good idea.
And then I'm just going to pop a bit of glue on the back of him just to pop him on. And again, I've not resized him on this. It is just the 6x6 download, but it just fits really well.
So you've not done any manipulation of the images for this one? It's just straight from the print?
Straight from the print, yeah.
Got you.
And then little happy Christmas and enjoy every moment.
Wow.
And then I've just got a few gems just to...
Oh yeah, a few gems, sparkle it up.
Just to get a bit of bling.
Bit of bling. So how long have you been with Crafty Witches then?
Since the very beginning.
Wow.
I was one of Linda's boys and girls.
One of Linda's boys and girls. That's how the journey grew.
And then I one of the first Pollyanna shows. I asked to meet. It sounds really sinister now. I asked to meet her at the hotel so I could take my samples because it was only down the road from me.
With you. Okay.
And I was like a starstruck teenager.
Really? Oh wow!
It was so funny because I wasn't. He just went.
Oh. Wow! Look at that, Ian. That's beautiful. I love that card. I love as well how straightforward and simplified you made that for everybody at home as well in the actual process of the decoupage that came together so quickly.
Yeah, and again, it's like I say, like if you're a beginner crafter, that should be a simple enough task to follow.
Yes.
But if you're a seasoned crafter, you might want to cut his moustache out. You might want to do even more and go the extra, and print it off 7 or 8 times to cut out.
There you go.
The world's your lobster, as Linda says.
Lobster is your world.
These all go on Pinterest. I think we've got something like. We've got thousands of cards.
Oh, really?
Kevin the Warlock does all that.
So Kevin the Warlock's popping them all on Pinterest.
He's our technician.
So on Pinterest, is that the Crafty Witches? To find you on there?
Yeah.
You need to check that out, absolutely. Tons of inspiration. Thank you, Ian. That was
You're welcome.
wonderful. Everyone, we've still, of course, got a wonderful hour and just over an hour and 10 minutes, actually, to still share with you here today on live shopping. So get your orders in, get those placed for you. We're going to do a little brief recap as well on some of our really popular items that we've got because those downloads are absolutely flying. And we love something festive. It's going to take you through, of course, not only this Christmas season, maybe you've gone for your book of spells and you're going to focus on maybe just one of them for this year. You may have then got 5 more years to come out of that before you then start to mix and match them together and repurpose them for different collections, different people, different. Maybe you're going to use one for all your neighbours. One's going to be for all your family, friends, colleagues, all that sort of stuff. There's so much to look forward to inside this one. Ian, may I borrow your microphone? Is that okay?
Lovely. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I don't need two. I'm going to pass one to Linda. No one wants to hear my voice twice. So, everybody, that is, of course, from your book of spells, your Bewitched collection. Shop Bewitched for this one. It's £19.99. You could see there just how beautiful this was. In fact, I'm just going to quickly, of course, we can have a look at the PC. We've got a glance of that in here for you, and you can see all those 5 chapters in there, taking you through nostalgia, contemporary simplicity, almost ethereal and whimsical, as well as that wonderful folk art style as well. You've got loads of different elements to explore inside here for you, and it's so easy to work with on, well, any device that you can print from.
Yes. Yeah.
Right, okay. So, should we have a little look
Well,
here for you? Christmas
Ian's,
memories.
Ian's next demo is going to be the junk journal.
Fabulous.
And
okay.
junk journals are really popular these days. So, of course,
yeah, of course they
we've
are.
started, we have a collection of junk journals which we'll be bringing to the channel.
I think junk journaling as well is a great way to craft. Maybe if you're at a point where you've done quite a few cards and you want to explore something
you want
different.
to do something different.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, again, autoplay if you've got anything other than a Windows PC, auto run if you've got a PC. Click on enter here, and here are your covers, and it says down here in the bottom right hand corner what each piece is. So you've got your front covers, and you can see this bit here is your spine.
Right, okay.
And you've got several different covers for you to choose from.
Oh, I love the colours of this one.
They're
They
beautiful.
Look so, they look like they've already been antiqued for us as well.
Yes, yeah. And then you've got your individual pages, just really stylised. And again, there are instructions. I think there are instructions, aren't there, Ian, as to how to put them together, but it's entirely up to you what you want to do. So it says there pages. Click on next. You've still got more pages. That beautiful Christmas tree. Do you want to have a
tree? Yeah, please. Look at that. Oh, it's a real tree as well.
Yeah.
It's in the proper old iron stand and everything. That's like what Chris.
Do you know, I can remember when we were a child, we had a 5-foot tree. It used to stand on top of the telly.
Oh, it used to stand on top of the telly?
Yeah.
I remember there was only 1 year when I lived with my mum, and we had a real tree for one Christmas, and we didn't have a proper stand, put it in a bucket, all the water leaked through onto the carpet, and by the time it got to Christmas Day there wasn't a single needle on that tree.
We used to get no needle drop, and when we had Rosie, the Old English, I used to keep her in a full coat. And she went under the tree one day. I spent 3 hours with a pair of tweezers taking the needles out of an Old English sheepdog's coat.
Oh my word.
After that we got an artificial tree.
I was going to say, was she pining?
So here's here's the rest of your pages. Then we come to what we call our duo pages.
Oh, nice.
And they are beautiful as well.
Look at those designs. That robin, there's something about the breast on that bird there with that red.
I think that is a chaffinch, actually, David.
Oh, is it? Yes,
I think
it is.
So,
oh, yes,
yes.
because of course it's got its blue on the head.
Yeah.
But the colour on that, it looks three-dimensional.
Then you've got your decorative pages, which you can use for your card making as well. Mm-hmm. You've got your essential papers, which is, I say, we count dots, stripes, checks, ginghams as essential papers. Then you've got your solid colours, and again, look how they mix and match. None of the colours are jumping out of you. And then look at the ephemera we've got. So you've got like your postcard, your different elements with the old-fashioned Father Christmas
his
there.
Big wiry beard as well. He's like a proper old-school Father Christmas.
Then you've got some little mini envelopes. You've got lots of elements there. You've got a bigger envelopes. You've got your postcards. And you've got your labels. Click on next. You've got your borders. You've got your alphabets.
Typewriter keys. I
yes,
like those.
so you can personalise. Yeah. You've got your words, so you can just add words to it. Mm-hmm. And once your next cauldron turns grey, that means you've come to the end.
Oh, so you've reached the end of that collection.
Yes. So then you would just go back and have another look.
I love the way that this is put together. It works so well, and I also really enjoy the fact you can see everything on each page. You're not having to zoom right in and sort of squint to be able to see. You can see all of the detail. It is wonderful.
Yeah, and then you've got your instructions up in the cauldron there, and you've got more information there.
So you can see.
So you end up with something like this.
So looking through there on the digital display, it then goes into reality of this wonderful selection of exquisite artwork. Those are those double pages, those mirrored pages there. Look at that. And you can do tags, inserts, pockets, those candy canes. Look how vintage it is.
I always say if you're having a tough day, right, and a lot of crafters, you know, we all craft for different reasons. If you find something to do that you can get lost in the doing, and that's my phrase, get lost in the doing, for just a few hours, you forget about all your troubles and cares.
It goes, doesn't it?
And this is something that you will get lost in because you can just print pages, print a load of pages off and then just play around with them. And this is something that could take you all day, really.
It could, and I don't think it's something as well that you will ever put away, and it's something you will always add to. I mean, with past and previous and coming collections, there's always a purpose for something as fundamental, and every year as Christmas, it's something, of course, we always look forward to and craft for. It's going to come out.
You can put photographs in it, and this is something that you could craft with your children, with your grandchildren, with your nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
And you're not frightened that they're using your 2 pieces of special paper, because if they make a mess of things, it's a piece of paper, you just print another one.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
You know, you don't get too upset about it.
But this, though, this is brand new, recently created, curated and crafted, but it looks antique. It looks like a family heirloom. That's what's special about this. Look at the colours. Even down the spine, on the edges there, you can see how you've got this like peeled effect where sort of like the lamination of the book has started to eventually kill back.
And then, you know, this one, did Lisa make this one? Lisa's our, what do we call her?
Paper engineer.
Paper engineer.
Paper engineer, I like that title.
A paper engineer.
I believe we have one of those here as well. No, actually, we have a paper snob here.
All right.
Yeah, we have a paper snob here.
We haven't got any snob witches, have we? Or warlocks?
Mel's our paper snob.
All right.
It was titled by Stephanie, so I'm allowed
All
to
right,
say
then
it.
you're allowed.
Yeah, I'm allowed to. Don't worry, I didn't make it up on my own. She'll be driving back. But this, I mean, again, completely different in look and feel as well, with the mats and layers and the structure to it.
You know, you've got the little flaps that you can put things in. You've got bits that you can write on. As I say, as a gift, this is priceless.
Yes, absolutely.
Because it's made especially, and it's made with love.
It is made with love, and I think, again, something like this is something you're going to treasure and cherish yourself, or whoever you're gifting and making this for, who is going to absolutely love and accept this with great pleasure. Even just adding those adornments of ribbon and trimmings, it just ties the whole thing together quite literally. But it's exquisite, and that one for you is £12.99 for that array of artwork that Linda just went through for you there on the PC. Shop memories to get hold of that one today. Right, shall we have a look at it in action?
Yes.
Let's do it, okay? I'm going to pop this back.
This is like musical mics.
Musical mics, this one. I know, right? There you go, Ian. Thank you very much. So, as I believe, you're going to be doing some demonstrations with that wonderful collection we just had a look at, our shop memories for that journal celebration.
Diane's just breathed a sigh of relief.
She's just taken the first breath in an hour. We're not going to share with Jane the technicalities. Oh, right, okay, you're aware. Right, Ian, take it away. Thank you very much.
So I've done something a little bit different with the junk journal.
Oh, okay.
I've created my advent calendar for 2025. And I've also, because you can do what you want, I've added some bit of glitter gel to the berries just to give it a bit of sparkle, because everybody likes a bit of sparkle.
Of course they do.
But what I've done is I've just put, because in the ephemera that you get, you've got envelopes, and I'll show you what I've printed in a minute to show you what I mean by that. But you get all the little envelopes, and what I thought, I made one when we first released this book, I made one a few years ago, and you like put your favourite film in, Christmas film. So you know, if you haven't got a lot of money, you know, advent calendars are really expensive, aren't they?
Some of them this year, the years now, you can get ones where it's like a candle each day, or it could be like a little fragrance. I've seen some in the shops for like 300 quid. I'm thinking, who's buying them?
That's
More than what you'd spend on any present, if you ask me.
But you could make this and give it with love, but with all the things in, like, what's your favourite Christmas movie? So you could put that in. Let's have a hot chocolate, whatever. Just little quirky things that you can put into the envelopes. And then I've just used the ephemera just to jazz it up a bit.
I would never have thought to do something like that. I think that's really thoughtful, and you can see each and every one of them is different as well. Look at those, aren't they wonderful? And this is again a cherished memory. Then you could fill those little pouches with photographs after you've done those things.
Yeah, and you can bring. I mean, I've put 2025 on, but you don't have to put it on. You could bring this out every year. Couldn't you? Could just fill it up with different little bits every year.
Grandchildren could get it. You get it out every year, refill it. We used to have, my grandmother, she used to get the same advent calendar out every year, and it was a Father Christmas head. It was really old. It was proper old, but it had this big strand. It had this really long sort of red piece of velvet, and each one had a pocket, and it had a different type of sweet in each one. I looked forward to Christmas for that, and that's as simple as it was. And I think creating a memory like this is something you never forget.
That's but also as well, I was thinking, you get your junk journals. I was thinking, what else could you do?
Yeah.
And you could, like people like to make lists, don't they, and stuff like present lists, diaries, and so you could build up your own Christmas junk journal that you can bring out every year with all your bits and pieces in that you need for Christmas recipes, all sorts of stuff that you do over Christmas.
Things you're going to bake.
But what I learned from this one, which I think is really cool, so what Linda said earlier on about how to print and like to go to the website, I noticed when I updated my print settings that I'd got book something, and I didn't really understand what it was, but I had to go, and what it did, it printed as a book page.
Oh, right, okay.
So I could actually I didn't have to resize, like just take a snapshot. I could just resize the whole page into an A5.
Oh, so it like scaled it all at once?
All at once, yeah. So I could have everything to fit.
I like that.
That's But what I also like to do is I like to have the insert. So I actually then printed on the other side with, which you can't, you wouldn't
so
get.
So it's all lined then, I guess, isn't it?
So then if when I was to cut that in half, I'd still have that piece of decorative paper to use on another project, but it's all going to be inside.
Top tips there.
And
top tip. Ooh, look at this. And it's gorgeous. I'm just going to have a little browse.
And then so I cut the envelopes out, and like the envelopes in the picture, like you see on this one, is it's the tartan, and then I've just done it with the sort of the green and cream tartan on the other side. I've then got the one with the candy canes, but then I've done it with one of the essential papers.
Right, okay.
And so the envelope on the printout comes as is, so it comes as that, but I can actually do it the other way now. All I've got to do is cut it out, so I can have it both ways. And again, I have got a bone folder, but you could use a butter knife or whatever if you haven't got, all the bells and whistles.
It's a nice bone folder, that one.
And I'm not using a scoreboard or out like that. I'm just
working with the print.
Working with the print, yeah, like giving it.
That's it. And look at the colours on there. Really complimentary. I like that peppermint green that you've got on there, along with the candy canes. All of that. It looks gorgeous. So, I
mean, I can make that one this way.
Mm-hmm.
And then all I'm doing then is just folding it over. And again, I've done this on a 140, 160 GSM paper, because that's it. That's probably the easiest ones when you're folding envelopes and stuff to do it on. Then, to show, I have used a die for the circle on the outside, because, I forget what Linda says, something that can cut a circle. She...
cut a circle?
Anybody that can cut a circle with a pair of scissors or something, it's...
Perfectionists, they're very clever if you can cut a circle freehand.
Wow.
So use your little, you will have a circle die that you
absolutely.
But to make it a bit rustic, I have used a die for the mat, but I've actually just cut...
Have you cut a circle by hand?
Yeah.
We've got a perfectionist in the house.
Well, it's not a perfectionist. It's not a perfectionist.
Don't tell him he's perfect.
He's cutting circles by hand.
I've got to pass my probation, Dave.
I'm sorry, you do. Yeah, we're on with thinnest of thin ice now.
And
love that Christmas journal, and Ian, that shirt is amazing.
Yeah, I'm loving the shirt, Ian. I must say, I do love that shirt.
Oh,
I feel like I should have gone more festive now.
And then you've got so I'm going to do this one the normal way.
Right.
And this is just a small envelope. I think in the ephemera there's about 3 different sizes of envelope. But again, you can resize it you can snapshot tool it, but you can just resize the page. And I think there's another one that says multi. And I did that, and it's sort of done a quarter of an A4.
I guess everyone's printers at home are different, but you will have a setting that's going to suit exactly what Ian's doing for you today.
But this saved me resizing it to go into the book that I wanted to. Because, I mean, you could have big, you know, if you just put it as a normal journal, you could just have one big envelope on the page. But obviously I wanted to get as many envelopes in it to make my advent calendar.
Trusty tape pen.
And again, I did the same with the alphabets.
I do like this. I mean, as well, if you wanted to, when you see it like that, I see that as a background. Do you know when you look at it, even before you've cut into it, that as a background looks really nice. If you just want to ink that, and you're just going to go on with, of course, the figurines and, of course, the elements of Father Christmas, on its own, there's something about an alphabet outlaid like that that's really aesthetically pleasing.
No, I agree. That's you're right. Yeah, it is, and I mean again because they come in all the colours as well that goes with the solid papers as well. So
absolutely.
You've got lots of choices.
Yeah. I read that then as you put it as 71. I thought that's a long advent calendar. 71 days of Christmas. That is very wishful thinking.
We would hope.
Oh, I mean, I love Christmas. It's my favourite thing to craft for. I don't know about yourself, but Christmas crafting is what got me into really crafting because I used to love making people's Christmas cards.
I think as well, like, you know, like I know people all go Christmas in July, but if you left everything, well, all the fairs I do and stuff, if I left everything till November,
it just wouldn't happen.
It would never get done.
I mean, I have been known to make Christmas cards on Christmas Eve.
And
Christmas morning. But yeah, this is just stunning, Ian. It's gorgeous.
And then all I've done is I've cut some of the different ephemera out. And again, this is another one, like, you know, when Linda's saying about what you, you know, when you do it and stuff, you can just sit and, you know, watch. I was watching the telly the other night and I was just there snipping away, cutting all the bits and pieces out. But we've got like this beautiful holly that I can just pop on. And then you've got like, there's like these little musical note strips. It's anything that, you know, however you want.
And you just build up. Now, what would your best advice be when you're doing a journal page like this? Is it just balance? Is it just whatever you're comfortable with?
I try to work in the odd numbers or like everything I've ever done, you know. So like, you know, when they say put gems on or anything, you put like in groups of 3 or 5 or 1, like that's what I try to. I try to stick to that kind of ethos. Sometimes I go mad and I look at it after and I think I need to take something off.
Something for me, a lot of work that I've done or cards or whatever it is never quite finished, and I think with some craft it isn't. But you get to a point when you go, I'm going to leave it there.
That's right. Yeah. Well, that's 9 times. And then you've got like, I mean, I've just got some foam pads out, but you know, you can just pop.
Just layering it up.
Just layering it up, giving it that little bit of a point of difference on each page. But I mean, you can do.
Well, that works really well there because as you just mentioned about the odd numbers, you've got your pink, then here and here, and it kind of just created that triangle. It's so aesthetically pleasing on the eye.
And then what Linda was saying earlier, like, you know, when she was showing you the download, you've got like the duo pages and the single pages. Now, as a rule for this one, I've just done them in groups of 4 pages, like so a duo and 2 singles. But really, if I was making this as a journal, I could just do 1 of the singles either side.
Yeah.
And then just keep building up and building up and building up the duo pages so that it'll create a book.
I think
so you could, but I have done on this particular project. I have done like groups of 4. So
I like it. I think it's great, and I think as well, everybody at home, this is a project you definitely need to give a go. The advent calendar is a great idea with this. At first glance, it's not something I would have assumed to do, but seeing it in action like that, it is very desirable. I think so many people are going to have a go at this.
And you know, like. Again, I mean, I've just glued lots of pieces of card together, like 300 GSM card to make it into like a chipboardy type. It
does feel like chipboard.
Because obviously if you print on 250 GSM, that's the strength of what you're going to get. But I think that's probably about...
plywood?
Well, there's I think there's 2... I think it's about 900 GSM or something, that is, so...
So you've got a hefty weight there, layering that up together. Did you glue it all, then score it, or did you score them, then glue them?
So, well, I just cut pieces.
Oh, you've cut it there.
Yeah, because I've done it before where I've scored it.
Yeah.
And you've sort of got a crease bend in it. So I thought I'll just try a different way, because Lisa does, like our paper engineer Lisa, she does some really, really beautiful projects. And when you see it, like, you know, as she's done it, she's always got the most beautiful score lines and everything as well. So
I love the look and feel of each and every one of ones that we've seen here today, and especially your advent calendar there. But this for you, I mean, it's £12.99 to go for all of the artwork that yourself, Ian, have just used to put that together, and everything that we've shared with you, not only on the PC but on the printout too.
but like you know, like you do all your rice paper and stuff, don't you? I've
love
watched
it.
your shows, so it's a bit.
I've had a dabble in rice paper, to say the least.
But that would look really good. Like some of that
It would.
imagery would look lovely on the glass plates and
That-
stuff for Christmas, wouldn't it?
I can visualise this all over glassware. I
Yeah.
think it's going to look absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look at the crisp quality. The image resolution that you've got on these downloads is just second to none. It is perfect. And when you say perfect, it's timeless, it's a celebration, it's nostalgic, it's Christmas years gone by, and there's every colour and every which way you'd want to use it inside this download. £12.99 now. That's unbelievable, Ian. Oh my goodness. Shop memories to get that. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I loved watching that build and come together. Everybody, we're now into your second hour, well into the second hour, so thank you so much for joining us. If you've not yet watched and joined here before, and you're new to us, which we know a lot of you are today, because of course lots of you are at Doncaster, lots of you have been joining us throughout queuing to get in. This is how you shop with us. Going to give you a really brief, quick recap, just in case you have hopped on during the second hour. We're streaming live on Live Shopping VIP. Of course, the Crafty Witches socials, Instagram and Facebook. You can shop live with us and, of course, check out at the same time. The beauty of the show that we've got here today with our wonderful guests in the house, Linda and Ian, is the fact that with Crafty Witches, it's downloads. Makes it actually quick, simple, easy to get your products without postage, an economical way of crafting, meaning you get all of the craftable elements with you in seconds, being able to craft maybe at the same time as I was going to say Leah and Inden then, Ian and Linda at the same time, which we all want a piece of that, being able to craft with this beautiful content. So type into the comments the codes that we share with you if you're joining us on social media, and then of course you will be sent a direct message. Thank you very much, Ian. And then as soon as you've got that direct message, you will then be able to click on the link that we've sent you, head straight on over to the website at liveshopping.vip, and then of course you can check out your baskets. But be sure as well to check out the brand shop of the Crafty Witches, because there's loads on there as well which you can browse and have a little look at, take fancy. Maybe you can add something else to your basket alongside the festive collections that we've got for you. But we're going to take a little look as well, aren't we, here for you. Now this is Home for Christmas.
Yeah, we'll show you what you're going to get in the 3 for 2,
3 for
which as I
2s.
say, these are normally you get 12 printable sheets in each collection. So you've got 3 collections there. They are normally $3.49 per collection. So you get in them, I think it's $6.99. So it is buy 3 and you buy 2, you get 1 free.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
it's $6.99 Shop Digital for everything you're about to see that the lovely Linda is about to take you through. I mean, my goodness, the deal of the century right now.
So I'm going to show you the Home for Christmas one. And again, you'll get it as a zipped file. You unzip. When you unzip the file, you'll get 3 further zipped files in this.
Oh, okay.
So you need to unzip each of the 3 files. Now, please, folks, some kits take longer than others to download because some downloads are meatier than others.
Yeah, of course.
We crafters are not renowned for our patience. It doesn't
this is
exist
true.
in our vocabulary. Please wait until the download has finished before you try extracting it. But if you do get stuck, we're always there to help.
Get it going and put the kettle on.
Yeah, yeah.
And get one of those cakes.
These download in an instant. So
Right.
again, here's your interface. It works exactly the same way. If you've got anything other than a Windows PC, you need to go to autoplay. If you've got Windows PC, you click on enter here, and here are your toppers. So
Oh, look at the colours. Really traditional as well. I love that.
beautiful,
That
aren't
navy
they?
blue's nice.
Beautiful. And then
Stunning.
you've got an insert, but you can resize that insert. Then you've got your sentiments. Now you can see there's not one of the colours in those sentiments that stands out for the wrong reason. If we put a pale blue or a pink in there, that's where your eye would go. You know that these colours are going to match each other perfectly. And if you use the same printer, because all printers are slightly different in the
Yes.
colours. If you use the same printer, your colours will all be the same.
Of course.
So click on next and you've got your decorative papers. Look at that one.
That pattern. You could use it as wrapping
You
paper
could,
if you printed out
yeah,
tissues
tissue
and things.
paper.
That's
You've
nice.
got this one.
I can't believe this is all $6.99, Linda. What on
For
earth?
3, this is just 1/3.
This is the first one.
Yeah,
Oh, the house repeated.
yeah. And then in this one, you've got even smaller houses.
Oh, that's
So
just
they're
so
what you
cute.
call your decorative papers. And then your final ones are your essential papers, which you can see we've done all of the 4 colours that are in the sentiments, but 2 we've done with essential papers and 2 we've done with the solid colours. And then
ya.
your box, your cauldron has turned grey, so that means you're at the end.
Right.
So you go back, and that's the collection. So if we open up your Nativity Joy again, you've got this beautiful, you've got a different
Oh, the
set of
sheep.
toppers here.
Look at them all
Oh,
together.
sheep are gorgeous. I'd use them all the time.
Me too.
Yeah,
They're a
'cause,
go-to, I think.
My dad lives in a cottage,
Oh, right.
and he's surrounded by sheep.
Oh,
It's
really?
even in the name of the cottage, but it's got a single track road by the side of it. And on 3 sides, it's open to the fields.
Oh, that sounds
and
lovely.
the lambs, during lambing time, the lambs come and, you know how they get in the little creches.
Oh.
And I can remember one of the last weekends I spent with my mum was watching the shepherd bring
Yeah.
the lambs that had been born overnight on the back of a trailer on the back of the quad bike, and putting the lambs, matching the lambs with their mums.
Oh, that's so cute.
And we sat and watched them.
I love as well that through craft as well, memories like that come out.
Oh,
Just
they
by an
do.
Image, it evokes
Do you know,
memories.
this morning, I was mortified yesterday because when I opened my handbag, when I got here, I had no perfume. And I don't feel dressed without perfume.
No, and neither do I.
And I said to Ian and Colin, my husband, I said, normally I have 2 bottles of perfume in my handbag. I don't know why I haven't got any. So I was going to have to come here without any perfume. And when my mum passed, I got her favourite perfume, which is opium, and I've got a little vial of it, and it's in my handbag. And I was just searching through my handbag, and I thought, Mum sent me some perfume. It was as if she was showing me the perfume. So I've got my mum's
I
opium
love
on.
that. Opium smells gorgeous. She had you covered there, didn't she?
She had me covered,
She
yes.
did.
Well,
Once
she
the
sends
rescue.
me robins, rainbows, and white feathers. Some days she
Oh.
inundates me with white feathers.
My grandma sends us white feathers all the time, and it's always after I've been speaking about her as well.
Yes.
I had one literally land through the window on my steering wheel, and I was
Yes.
like, "What?" And me and my mum had just been talking about it, and I thought that's got to be.
When I bought my new car, there was a feather stuck
Yeah.
in the grill,
Really?
and she sends me robins as well.
Oh, so I think it's nice to be able to find peace and comfort in all those things.
But she inundates me with white feathers. Colin looks at me and says, "But they're inside the cushion." But yes, why did they come out of the cushion at that particular time? You know, so
Yeah, I'm gonna say there's a feather in the grill. There's also a bird next to it. No, it's oh, look at the colours in here.
so this is your frosted elegance, and again, there's your sentiments. Look.
Frosted elegance.
And not just for Christmas. I'm proud of you. To my friend with love and kisses, especially for you. So, again, you could use these for other occasions. Look at these beautiful.
I think a lot of what we've seen as well inside here can be used for other occasions as well, and I think it's really important. It's quite rare to find Christmas-inspired themes that are actually that versatile you can use it for.
So there are your 3 collections for your 3 for 2. Now, what's your next demonstration you're going to do?
We're going to do the Book of Spells, but we can adapt this to the mini collections because we're just using decorative papers.
Oh, lovely. Okay,
Okay,
right.
so
Shall we do it?
right,
I'll borrow
musical
your microphone
mics again.
Musical mics again. We're juggling them today, honestly. So a little bit of a press, and there we are. Thank you very much. Right, Ian, there you go. Right, everybody, still remember to get your comments and questions coming in. The tablet is just on charge at the moment, but get your comments and any questions you do have for, of course, the team here, Linda and Ian today. And thank you for joining us here on Saturday. Right, Ian, take it away.
Okay, so here's my recipe again. So like I say, you can do this project with any of our kits, because you're not using toppers essentially. You're making your own topper, but you're using the decorative papers and the solid coloured papers. So on this particular project, I have used some craft card as well to make the base for my tree.
Lovely.
But we've got the decorative paper. This is from the traditional Christmas.
I like the edge-to-edge printing.
That's my favourite part of it.
That's
that's my A3 printer, that is.
Yeah.
I've got an insert that we're going to pop in as well.
Great.
And then what I've done is I've printed the other, like, because we've got like a red with the Christmas trees on, and then I've got the green with the Christmas trees on, but I've printed it with the dark colour, just so that if you know, like when you're inking and stamping, you always want to make sure you've covered all the white bits. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So I've got that, and some of the dark green on its own, and then a bit of white card, and then I think we've got our sentiment. Oh, no.
I like the recipes that you do. I like seeing all of that come out. That's not something I've actually seen anyone do before, where you've literally got all ingredients there, and this is how it's going to work.
That's right.
Yeah.
So what I've done, we'll pop that to one side first, because what we're going to show is what we're going to make the Christmas tree.
Stop it. I love that. That's so cute.
Stop it.
Oh my gosh.
There we go. We're going to make a Christmas tree.
I like that.
Linda called it something earlier.
It's called tea bag folding.
It is. I love it. That looks so cool. I want them on my tree. Look how you could do them back to back as well, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I like that.
all I've done is I've gone down in the centimetres. So 5 centimetres, 4 centimetres, 3 centimetres, 2 centimetres, and that's given me my 4 levels. But again, you could make this as big as you want it. Whether if you didn't want it as a card, you wanted it a piece of wall art, you could keep going. As long as I think as long as when you've got your base on, it adds to an odd number. It makes it look like a tree, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
So all you're doing with this is you're folding it on an angle, so you're making sort of a right angle triangle, isn't it? Mm-hmm. You're doing.
Make sure you've got sharp creases.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the key for this?
It is. This is how I started my demonstrations when I started 22 years ago.
Really,
I always
this
did
is
tea bag folding.
the grassroots.
Yeah, and it depends which way you start with the paper up as to what shape you get.
Oh, okay, interesting.
See, that's it. I've just made this. This is probably one of the first Christmas cards I ever made. Like going way back, yeah.
Wow.
So I just make sure it's like level, like with the like the trees are at the right way, and then you're just pushing it in.
Okay.
To make like another triangle, and then you can just get your. So you've got it. So then you've got this now. This kind of.
Right. Okay.
I think it looks like one.
Remember school when you used to?
I was going to say I mean I don't know how old you are, David, but I was going to say, do you remember those from school?
I remember those. Well, you'd open it, it'd be like, oh no. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh,
and then
nope. Okay.
And then you're just bringing it in to the centre, the one piece into the centre, so it creates this sort of tree-like looking. And you could have it. I mean, I've got the pattern on, but you could just have it as a solid colour as well. You could just do it so your tree was completely green. You could put glitter on it and whatnot. I'm just going to do the bigger one again so that we can see. So we're just folding.
I'm doing this. I'm totally doing this. That Christmas tree looks so good.
And then we're doing it again into the centre. So we're making that sort of. It's like a crisscross, isn't it?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Then you're looking for your trees to be the right way up.
Right, okay.
Just pop those together like that, and then just make sure, like Linda says, your creases.
So you can make this literally as big as you want then, can't you? As you were saying, you could do a huge one.
Yeah, you could do a huge one. So it could be a Christmas art piece, couldn't it, on the wall?
Yeah, it could. That's what I can see. I can visualise it now. Keep on going. I do your 8x8s, and you could do 12x12s and all that. Right,
and then I've already stuck the first 2 bits together on the top, but all you're doing is just popping a bit of glue.
Love that tool.
There, and you just sort of slide it in, if you can see, there, into there. and you're just centralising the points at the middle up.
Oh, right, so you've got that continuity of the central line there.
And then you go again with your sort of your larger bit.
Oh, right.
And then that's our sort of tree.
So cute.
And you can also, I mean, when it's dry, it may be a bit more, but you could open it up and they do stand up as well. So
Place
you can
settings.
have place settings, yeah.
Oh, right, okay, I really like that idea. That looks so pretty.
And then all I've done is I've took some craft card and I've just cut it to look like a base, like a Christmas bucket, if you like, or whatever. And I'm just going to pop some adhesive on there, and you just pop that in, and that makes what would be like what my tree would look like. Yeah,
it's a little stand, it's a little plant pot.
And then I've just added some gold card. I've just cut a star, got a die for a star. So if you know, these are sort of essential things for Christmas, aren't they? The stars and your snowflakes and stuff.
What's your colour scheme for Christmas? Do you have a scheme? Do you have nostalgia?
Blue and silver.
Oh, is it? Oh, no, it's very posh, I must say. Quite contemporary then.
Blue's my favourite colour.
Is it? Yeah, okay, well that makes sense.
So everything has to be blue. So then what I've done is it's just an A5 card.
Yeah.
Which I'm just using the darker of the tree decorative paper. Mm-hmm. And I'm not doing loads of mats and layers on it in terms of that, because I do think a little bit of a white pop with the snow that's on the trees, it just really makes it pop and stand out.
It does, it picks out these teeny little areas there and all of those little snowy tips.
And then what I've done is I've made a strip just to give it a bit of balance in the middle.
Lovely.
And we'll just pop that there.
So where do you find your inspiration when you're putting a project like this together and you've got the papers? Do you go, right, okay, I'm going to do something I know I love, so I've done the folding, and then I'm going to build it up afterwards? Or did that come after the card shape? Like, or is there never really a rhyme or reason? It's just something you like to build?
Do you know, sometimes it's revisiting. Like I said, this one, I mean, I've been crafting for over 25 years, so I'm showing my age. But this is a card I made. Well, I used to work for a pharmacy chain, and I made it for the girls in the office.
Right, okay.
But I just made it out of brown paper.
Yeah.
And they all thought they'd come from a really top-end...
Really? Wow.
Chain.
Yeah.
Lewis John.
Yeah, that's Lewis John.
And I just did... I thought I could do card making as a profession.
Well, you absolutely can. You do. Wow, and then, what a wonderful journey.
And just popping some gems on just in the corner.
Yeah.
Just to give it a little bit more sparkle.
They look lovely, super sparkly. Yeah, I like a bit of sparkle at Christmas. I do. I'm very vintage with Christmas, and these colours that you're working with here, they're all the traditional colours but muted, and they've got that depth to them, haven't they?
Yeah, yeah. And then I'm just popping a sentiment on. Happy Christmas. And there's
oh, stunning. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I need to have a go at making one of these. That looks wonderful. Look at that to the tree. So you could have this as a gift tag as well.
Yeah,
that could be the tag on the present, the card for the present. You can use it for the wrapping, everything. Thank you so much, Ian.
But it just shows you just don't, we've got the toppers and everything in the sets, but if you don't, you just want, I always say, one of the things I always say, I always go to the decorative papers first. When Becky sends me the files, I'm straight onto the decorative papers because I want to see what can I do with them.
Yeah,
but all those three collections, you could do a take on this card.
Wonderful.
Because of all the beautiful decorative papers that are in there.
Well, that's it. It just keeps on going. It's actually endless when you think about it. It's limitless. As Linda was saying earlier, the only limit is your imagination of where you want to take these kits and collections. Right, am I right to borrow your microphone?
Yeah, yeah.
Lovely. Thank you
I think
very much.
we're like in a Batman film, aren't we?
I think we are. Honestly, going left, right, upside down, topsy-turvy. Going to let you know as well, we're going to have a game of Pictionary. Okay? And... guys, we play some games here on our shows here now and there, isn't it?
Right.
Right, okay. So, all I'm going to say, for you at home, I need you to, you've got about 2 or 3 minutes to do so, if that. You need to put into the comments who you would prefer to draw.
Oh, not me, please, because I've got a wobbly hand.
Right, okay, so...
So it'll have to be between Ian and...
It's between Ian and Ian?
Ian and... No, honestly, I think you can see it, and I swear I haven't been drinking.
Okay. Right, has anyone got a gin? I'm going to get myself out.
She likes Malbec.
Right, okay, Malbec, we'll have one of those. So it's going to be, do you want to do it between us? Right, everybody put in the comments.
I watched you draw the other day. You were drawing. I can't remember what it was.
You probably couldn't be able to tell, that's why. Right, everybody. So, Ian, are you okay to do his Pictionary? Would you be okay with that? Right, okay. So, because we've selected who's drawing so quickly, Sophie, do you fancy doing it now? Yeah. Have you got the word? Right, okay. And so the way that this works, we have the very elegantly placed whiteboard over there with our countdown at the top. So the way that this works is, Ian, you can have as much time as you like, okay, to draw the image. We usually do it in 30 seconds to a minute, okay?
No pressure.
No pressure. So you basically, what's going to happen is Sophie's going to flash you the board, and on the board there is a word, and then that word will need you to draw. And everybody at home in the comments, get in the word of what you think Ian is drawing, and then you'll win a prize at the end of it. You okay with that?
Yeah.
You're good with that? Right, okay. Whenever you're ready, take it away, Ian. So we're heading on over to the whiteboard. Pick your favourite coloured pen. Sorry, there's no blue. And we're going to get drawing. Right, take it away, Ian.
Okay.
Right, okay. What we're doing? What's the shapes? Oh! Very good. I can see it already. You know, and honestly, everybody, put in as many things as you think it might be. Okay.
Those aren't very square, are they? But hey.
Hey, they're nice. Very contemporary from Lewis John.
I think sometimes they might.
Get your comments in, everybody. What do you think? Linda, can you tell what it is?
Well, I saw the board.
but pretend to everybody at home that you didn't.
People might call it different things.
Different things. They do
Yeah,
call it different things.
We have several ways of describing it.
This is the four-letter variation.
And it's not a swear word.
No, it's not. Yeah, we're going to say...
Even though Ian's drawing's a bit,
I think it's perfect, Ian. Wonderful. I also like your decorative accents of the frills and tassels towards the bottom of the piece of what it is. Right, okay, everyone. Ian, if you'd like to come back and join us. Everyone getting in the comments what you think it is. If your answer is correct, you will then all be collated into one big bunch of names, and then the machine will select one lucky winner, and then that lucky winner will win a prize. So get your answers in now. What has Ian drawn? We'll have a little look at it a little bit later on as well, and have a sneak peek of it. But thank you for that, Ian. How did you feel about your Pictionary experience? Good?
Yeah, very good. Very good it was.
Right, okay.
He's game for anything, you know.
Oh, whatever. Right, now that we know that, next time we're going to throw all the games. All the games are coming out. Right, everybody, thank you so much for joining. I've loved this 2 hours. And thank you so much for, well, you didn't have much choice, but I was going to say thank you for letting me spend it with you. You were stuck with me, I'm afraid. But I really enjoyed soaking up all of the creativity that you've both been sharing, and I'm sure everyone else at home feels the same.
I have to say, David, you know, the last time I saw you was outside the studios at Oundle. I always used to get a cuddle.
Yeah, always a cuddle.
You've come on leaps and bounds. You're a great presenter.
Oh, thank you very much.
You know, it's a privilege working with you.
How much do I owe you?
You don't owe me anything. You've grown. You really have.
No, I remember you were, and you know what? You were one of the first faces I got to know through that journey as well, and I was absolutely terrified, and I'm forever grateful for how comforting you were to me. And also, I remember when there was the changeover and everything through Create and Craft, and of course, you were all aware. But I remember actually being in the car park on the other side, and you'd parked up, and I went,
"That's right,
a familiar face," and it was just really comforting. And it was like when you've been looking for someone in the crowd, and you see the face, and you're like, "Oh, they're there." And thank you. That's really
I always
kind
used
of
to
you.
say to the newbies, if I like the look of them, make sure you've got a hanky because your nose will run, a glass of water because your tongue will stick to the roof of your mouth. Make sure you've got them next to you, because it is nerve-wracking. I still get nervous.
Oh, I do, and I think as well
nerves are good.
The nerves are good. I always thought to myself, if I'm about to go on holiday, I've got excitement, and it's in like your stomach, and you get excitement. And if you're nervous, you get that same sort of in your stomach feeling. And I always thought, well, maybe nerves and excitement kind of feel the same. It's just the way that you perceive it. And I sort of ran with that a little bit. And Stephanie did say to me, picture everybody else naked, and it was quite weird actually because she did the show with me. So I kind of ruled that one out. But yeah, I think as well, you find whatever comforts you. But no, I thoroughly have loved every aspect of the whole creative journey, should I say. Right, everybody. So your country Christmas.
Do you want to have a look at the country Christmas?
Well, it's on the screen at the moment. It's $9.99 and it's at a great price and it's been really popular.
Okay,
If we are to have a glimpse at it, is that all right? Thank you so much.
Just right.
Oh, wow.
So again, these are our magical collections, and we have different openings. We have different pages for our different collections.
Okay.
So this has got 120 printable sheets in it. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
So again, enter here. And you can see it's set out differently. You can go to whichever one you want directly if you want to, or if you start at the top, you can just go straight through because you've got cauldrons at the bottom. So this, I think hairs are really, I hate this term, but they're on trend, aren't they?
Well, they are, I guess, because they're very, they're very countryside. They're very,
They are,
when you go to your expensive garden centres and you see the crockery and the plates and the greeting cards.
As I say, my mum and dad's cottage, it's now my dad's now because sadly we lost mum 14 years ago, but my dad still lives in the same cottage and it's in the middle of nowhere in Northumberland.
Oh, that sounds
and you can hear the silence, if that makes sense.
It makes perfect
sense. And when they had their Old English, Beth, there was a hare would come in the garden, sit in the middle of the garden and torment Beth through the window.
Really?
As much as say, come and get me. So my mum would open the door and the hare would sit there for a few seconds until Beth made the jump out the door. And then it would run off through the stockproof fence and do off so Beth was left.
They're fast, aren't they? We were away last weekend and there was one that used to come all the way up to us and we'd be so still, but you made a slight movement. Yeah. It was gone.
But then, if you were taking Beth for a walk up the lane, the hare would be running ahead in front of you.
They're big, aren't they?
Oh, they are. They are big.
I don't think I'd ever seen one in the real life until last weekend.
So, the cottage is the sort of place when you open the curtains, you open them slowly because you never know what you're going to see.
Oh, really?
There's red squirrels used to come to the bird table, and there'd be a fox, there'd be deer.
Oh, it sounds beautiful.
Oh, idyllic,
that
absolutely.
Sounds gorgeous.
So here are some more toppers. Then we click on next. You've got your essential backgrounds. And again, down in the right-hand corner, it tells you what everything is. You've got positive and negatives, because I like to mix positive and negatives together.
Nice, I like that.
Then you've got your decorative papers. Look at these, David.
Oh.
Beautiful.
Oh, wow, that's like a painting.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Every time I see these, I instantly am filled with inspiration. And also the fact that you could literally just go with all your fundamental dyes, your basic shapes, make tags out of them if you want.
And then you've got your solid colours. You've got your inserts, A5, 5x7, 6x4, 8x8. You can use these on the front of cards, 7x7, 6x6. Then you've got your insert verses.
Yes, okay.
So you can put these fit into the inside of your insert. So you've got some beautiful verses there.
Oh, they're lovely. As we celebrate the season, may you find joy in the little moments that make Christmas special. That is so poignant as well. I think Christmas is special
Lovely
for everyone
verses.
in different ways.
So again, click on next. You've got your rectangular verses, and again in the colours you see. Click on next, you've got your alphabets, you've got your borders, positive landscape and portrait, you've got your tags. Click on next, you've got a whole array of florals. You've got your sentiment strips, because I'm really sort of pedantic about, if you're going to use a colour, it's got to be the perfect match.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I can't put a pinky purple with a bluey purple.
Yeah, it has to be, whether it's the same tone or shade, whatever it is, you will instantly see it a
Then
mile
you've
off.
got these ready-made cards, look.
Ooh.
So you can print these, cut them out, put them into bundles and sell them, because remember, you can sell for charity, for personal profit.
Oh, very generous.
And I know people say, oh, but nobody wants the cards these days. Oh, we've got, charities, we're over. What about food banks?
Oh, yeah, all those places.
Places like that. Then you've got rocker cards. The instructions are there. You've also got your domed aperture cards, and again, your instructions are there. These are your insides and your fronts for your domed aperture, and the inside of it. So you can make your dimensional cards. You've got boxes, and again, the instructions are there. you've got your bags, and again, your cauldron is now changed, and you go home and you're back to the beginning again.
It's as simple as that. And you get to see everything as you go through it as well.
Yeah.
I really like the format of these. As a crafter, it's built in a crafter's mind.
This is our USP. I think we're probably the only digital download company who actually uses this sort of interface.
Yeah, it's very unique.
It's very user-friendly.
It is, and for me, I am, well, for everybody that's a crafter, I imagine you are very similar to this, is that I'm a visual learner. Reading was never a thing. If the instructions had pictures, I was like, oh, thank goodness. Because I always wanted the video. I never wanted to read anything. And that is so simplified as you just scroll through.
My favourite thing is the KISS principle. Keep it simple, stupid.
I like that.
So you keep everything simple. I mean, if you look, you've got to look back to the days. Calculators weren't invented when I went to school. And no, I wasn't. We didn't have like abacuses and what have you. But the thought of having a computer in the house, oh my goodness, I would never have envisaged that. I'm back in the day when colour television came. I remember when in those days, you rented your TVs. You didn't buy them because they were too expensive, so you rented your TVs.
It's great when you think about it now, and then you think on your phone, it's all there.
Yeah, all the changes that have come in since I was born. I think we've seen the best of times. I'm glad I've grown up when I have. I
know, absolutely. I always say I was born in the wrong era. Because I would have loved to have sort of experienced being a teenager in the 80s and like early 90s. That's what I would have loved.
I was a teenager in the late 60s, 70s.
See,
it's a big birthday for me this year.
Is it a big? It is. It will. But yeah. Wow. Do anything special?
I don't know. He asked me what I wanted, and I couldn't think of anything. I'll be the big 7-0.
Big 7? No, you won't. Really?
Yes.
Wow, I would never.
And that, when I was, little, that age was ancient. Now with the sort of the new 50s, aren't we? Up here, I'm 25. Body wise, I'm 85.
Well, keep it that way. No, honestly, I've got a big one coming up this year.
What are you?
It's the big 3-0.
Oh my God, you're a Ben.
Coming to terms with having a funeral for my 20s.
The age I didn't want to be was 40. Because I think you had to grow up when you were 40. 50 I didn't mind because I had a party. 60 I didn't mind, but this one I'm dreading. I really am.
No, right. You honestly have a blast. Do something super special. I'm sure you will. Absolutely.
I shall try.
As you've just been looking there, Shop Country, £9.99, great price for you. And of course, we do have those wonderful boxes that we had a little glimpse at earlier on. Just to share the details of those with you as well. Those are Shop Magical, $6.99 for those boxes. And you saw how quite literally
you
exploded.
Get four different ones. Is it 3 or 4? 4. Yes.
Look at that inside there. Now we're going to have a glimpse at that.
Yes, you don't have to make all the inside boxes. You can stop when you want, depending on how big your present is. I don't go by how big the presents are. I go by how many I get. So I say to Carl, because it's like a tradition, on Christmas Eve, he disappears upstairs into the bedroom and wraps all my presents.
Right, I see.
Because he knows I go and have a feel of everything under the tree.
Oh, how heavy is this one?
So I'll say, how many presents have I got? Is it good year this year? And some of them are daft things, like a pair of socks or a calendar or something like that.
Yeah. I always like to do like a silly goodie bag. It's something that Luke's nan always used to do for him, my partner. And I always try and do something like that now. And it's always filled with something completely random.
He takes ages wrapping them up. I hate wrapping presents.
I like wrapping like the first 3, and I always think, I've got the new paper, this, that, and the other, and then it just all goes to pot. And then
I don't like it, unless it's square.
Oh yeah, they're the perfect ones. You don't want to wrap a football. Right, okay. So we're going to have a look at the boxes in action with the lovely Ian. Musical mics again. There you are, Ian. Right, everybody. Thank you so much. I hope you're getting in the correct words for that fabulous Pictionary extraordinaire by our artiste Ian. And of course, then we'll be selecting a winner at the end of the show. Right, Ian, take it away. Thank you.
Right. So, one of the great things about this download, I always think, is like what Linda's just said. There's 4 boxes. Now, we give you a download with a pattern and everything that you can do and make it as it is.
Yes.
But you could also cut that out, draw around it, and make these boxes. So there ain't many templates out there where you can make a box that big.
No, I was just going to say, of a domestic at-home printer, that isn't something we'd always assume we could do.
Yeah. Well, all they take is with the big box, it's 6 sheets of card.
Is that it?
To get to that stage. But if you've just drawn the template, you'd be able to and it's the same template that builds the box up for the sides.
Yes.
So which is really super cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to build the medium-sized box up.
Okay.
Well, the sort of the next one down, and then we'll show you the bottom box because that's another slightly different style of box to build. But also, it comes with all these bits, like you've said before, like the tags and the envelopes and stuff. So, again, the other great thing about this one is I've used to cut it out your brand new 5-in-1.
Oh, have you indeed? The one that's just gently displaced behind you there.
That's right. And I've got to say, just to give you some credit, it's the best.
Really?
The best cutter I have ever used. It's,
fabulous.
The guillotine reminds me of school.
It's
so you know when you hear it go, it reminds me of being at school when they used, and it's been a good many years since I've been at school.
It reminds me of the one I had at college that used to cut lino on, and it reminds me of that very same place. So I completely understand what you're saying. And then,
so I did use the scoreboard on it as well. So I used my scoring tool from the kit as well on it. But I just wanted to show you on this, if you can come out, it's all got the sort of the faux stitched line on there where you've got a crease.
Yes.
But I sometimes just use the edge of a table.
Oh, nice.
Do you know, so like again, if you haven't got, like I always say, all the bells and whistles, there's something in your house that you can use to create, create the stuff. All you're using it on this one was a pair of scissors to cut.
Absolutely.
To cut it out, and it was sort of really, really simple to do, I suppose, in a way. Because the curves, I've got a bit more of a bleed line, so I did get a better.
Of course, it's quite forgiving on that aspect.
Yeah.
Just as you're putting that together, Ian, as well, we've had some questions coming through, which I thought would be a nice time to share.
Okay.
Diane Streets just got involved, and good afternoon to you, Diane. It's lovely to join us here today, so thank you for that. Diane was saying, just wondering if the shadow boxes can be successfully made in 5x5. People don't really like the huge cards here that she's working with. So can you change the scale of them?
Yeah, well, on your scan and cut, and like Linda said as well, on your silhouette, you can just bring everything onto the mat, resize it to what you want, to one side. But everything has to be on the mat at the same time to resize it.
Well, there you are.
If you've got a brother scan and cut, the easiest thing to do is to use your percentage button.
Yep.
So if you wanted to resize it smaller, decrease it by, say, 20%.
There you go.
See what it's like. But in the silhouette cameo, as Ian said, all you do is ungroup everything.
Yep.
Can you hear me all right? You can ungroup everything, pile it on top of each other, regroup it, resize it, ungroup it, and move everything off, and it's as simple as that. But again, if you need help, just ask.
Just ask, absolutely. Always email and over, as you were saying earlier, Linda. Thank you for that. So, absolutely, resizing is an option for you to be able to do with that as well. Erica Lynn has got in touch with us this morning. Hi, Erica. Lovely to see you. She says, hi, Linda. I'm at Doncaster buying goodies at the craft event. Spoke to Andy, Love, and Nigel. Oh, wonderful. We'll be purchasing the download of the box. Looks fantastic. Love, Erica from Giggleswick.
I love where she comes from.
I love that. That's fabulous. Thank you, Erica, for getting involved. There's so many in the comments today. It's wonderful. We've got the lovely Diane, Elizabeth, we've got Graham, Judith, we've got Trisha, Lorraine, Deborah. We've got loads of you. Ross, Kim, Sharon Noble. Good afternoon to you, Sharon. Lovely to have you.
Hi, Sharon.
Sharon said the junk journal kits are amazing. The best I have ever used. I couldn't agree more with you, Sharon. They're fabulous. I love the colours inside these. They are wonderful. Thank you, everybody, for getting involved. It's wonderful to have you company today. I'm going to put this back on now. Ian, how are we doing?
Right, so we've just started to put the box together, and I just wanted to show you. You just go in the opposite. You've got like your sort of I call it the love heart bit. You want to go the opposite side to where your last one was, because obviously that's going to join the box together. So easiest way. So if I go like this and just pop it, because again, it's just about lining.
I love these papers as well that you've chosen to work with on that design. It is gorgeous, isn't it? And you get all those different ones on there for you as well. And it's $6.99.
Yeah.
$6.99.
$6.99, and it is a good. Like I say, it's a good project to do. But you've also got. you've also got all the different papers that you could just print and, like I say, draw around the template.
Yes, absolutely.
And create your own box if you like. It's because this is like all the main 3 boxes you would put together like this. Let's just get that.
Nice.
I've gone a bit over there.
So you do some craft fairs as well yourself then?
Yeah.
Selling, lovely. Is it? Would you do typically? Is it card making, different creations? Do you delve into a bit of mixed media with it? How do you feel about it?
It's mainly card making, but like last year I did get into like something like 3D stuff, like say Christmas crackers and things like that, because people. They do want cards, but like people are loving all this sort of like different 3D stuff we do, and we have got like SVG files for everything really on our website. We've done. I did really well with my Christmas crackers, and
oh, wonderful! I'm a sucker for Christmas crackers. I think they're gorgeous, and you can spend a fortune on Christmas crackers as well, and being able to make them yourself.
But I was doing it like as table favours, you know, like for the Christmas table and everything. So I was doing like all matching ones, and I'd got. I mean, I did them for the family a couple of years ago, and I printed the faces off, like, you know, pictures, and made mini jigsaw puzzles to put in them. Like it's.
Personalisation is one of the biggest things ever at the moment, isn't it? And you can pay a pretty penny for personalisation, and being able to do it, as you said yourself there, for your family and they make it bespoke, you can't get that anywhere else.
That's
and if you were to, you'd pay a lot for it.
And I mean, again, like, you know, I mean, like let's say Linda likes a Malbec, but I mean, like, you know, if you're having a tipple, you can put a tipple into.
Honestly, no private life, Linda. My goodness.
Well, when you say going back to an earlier life, it used to be chappers and sherry can.
Oh,
and right. I think that was because sherry can, and I think it was the Hells that told me that it was the Malbec that she was on. You say so.
Right, I'm with you. Right, okay.
So I've made that box up, and it's like you say, and then I've just put all the bits on the outside. You've then got your lid. Mm-hmm. And again, all of it's perfectly sized. So when Becky's built these projects, everything fits. Do you know what I mean? Because you know, you haven't got to have a scoreboard, so you haven't got to measure anything. It's all been measured for you.
Oh, she's incredibly talented.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, some of the things she comes out with, I'm like, I am really amazed. And this was one because I've always wanted to make boxes that size. Yeah. Again, I could talk about male crafter and me being lazy. I messaged Linda before I even was on the design team, and I asked her, could you do SVG files, boxes, please?
Really?
And she said, I can do envelopes. So they give me box envelopes on one of their...
oh, right, okay.
Yeah, so I was super chuffed about that.
I bet, absolutely.
But then when these come out, I thought, this is...
Yeah. This is it. I mean, my goodness, and you can see the size variation there. The potential and the versatility with this is exceptional. And the ease of use and putting them together, you've put it across and conveyed it in such a wonderful way. And look at that. Imagine receiving a gift in this.
Yeah, and then just wanted to show you the smaller box.
I like them stacked.
Yeah,
that's nice.
You've got the...
Oh, make a full... Oh, then ribbons around it, tie it together.
And the smaller box is all in one, so you haven't got to put it all together. So you just... I mean, I've used red liner tape, but again, you know, if you're just starting out, any adhesive you want to use to build your boxes, I just use this because it's a bit...
Everyone has their own preference, don't they? I mean, I sort of chop and change with whatever I'm using. Sometimes it's depending on how quick I'm assembling it, that sort of thing.
That's the only problem with red liner tape. It's like you need an anti-static, don't you? Like,
it just clings to everything. There we go, I'll get those on.
But again, you're just putting this together. And again, this is a smaller box. And these are things, you know, like when you're very first starting out in craft, I think people... I wanted to do this 25 years ago, but I hadn't got a clue how to do it. And 25 years ago, there wasn't things like...
This is it.
YouTube.
It's the evolvement
and all of that. Like, it's evolved.
It would be all in a book, and you'd read it, or you'd tear the page.
Well, I'm like you. I like to see.
Yeah.
So I would learn from visually watching, or
100%.
if you'd got writing, I don't.
I grew up with the Art Attack, and I would then raid the house and go, right, Mum, I need a net from a bag of Satsumas, I need an empty milk carton, I need I need a brown paper box, and all that. She'd be like, what? No? And that's what I used to do. Ian, that's incredible. Look at the stack of gifts there. That's
and
amazing.
I mean, you can like you can have them all like you had it all folded in, so it all pops out. I mean, you've also got. I mean, I haven't took it out of this one, but again, also in the ephemera, like you've got the bow as well to make. So you've got 3 bits, and all I've done is I've just popped a gem in the middle. But again, you can make the bow as well, and that's all on the download as well. So you haven't got a.
Everything's been thought of. Popped on top.
That's it.
Wow. I mean, it's a statement piece, but it's also not just a gift box. It's something to treasure, something to cherish and keep, because that's something you hold on to. That's something that you then store your own, precious
all these little bits on it, David. Like you can put your little memories, little jokes or something for Christmas, whatever you want to do. I mean, you could get them people to write pictures, write their own little comments on to keep. You've got the little foldy up like. I call those the tea bag envelopes. I don't know why, because it reminds me of those posh tea bags that
I know exactly the ones that you mean. I got a Polaroid camera a couple of years ago, and I've loved that for my crafting because it now fits into all of these sort of things. I use it for all of those events. If I ever make something, I then use the photographs to then sort of remember that experience every single time.
But like I say, if you wanted to do that in a solid colour, even though we've given you a project to do, it's also a template, so it's a 2-in-1. Like
it's a 2-in-1.
I always like something that gives me more than what it's originally designed for.
It's exploring that true potential, and I always do this, and I think you've actually portrayed it so well within all of those demonstrations, as on the PC, is I get something and then automatically want to do something it wasn't initially designed for, or push it to its limits, and that's where you've got a product that's not only niche, but so versatile and fundamental to have within your stash. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I've loved every second of this show, and I cannot believe that the 2 hours is up within a minute.
Really?
In a minute, so we need to select a winner of Pictionary.
Right.
Sophie, what is the prize for the Pictionary winner?
It's one of the last show's downloads.
Oh, fabulous. Amazing, thank you very much. And may I borrow your microphone if that's okay, Ian? Right, okay, I'll pass that to yourself, Linda.
Thank you.
So, now what we're going to do is select a winner.
I've just drawn it. The winner is Lorraine Bradbury.
Lorraine Bradbury has won, congratulations. And of course, it was a...
sofa.
It was a sofa that Ian drew. It was fabulous. Have a little look at that sofa.
He'll never get a job as a graphic designer with us.
Do you not think?
No, he'll stick to his day
Unless
job.
you do a collection about sofas.
Abstract ones.
Squint, head tilt. We've had a few tilts on the camera. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. And I just want to say a massive thank you for allowing me to be part of this show, because I've really enjoyed it.
Well, really, we didn't have a choice.
Linda is not lying. She had absolutely no choice. She was like, this is the card I've been dealt.
Have you not been told I'm straight to the point? Do you know what Pauline Wheeler calls me?
Go on.
Vera. Out of Vera the detective.
Oh, I love Pauline. Vera, that's amazing. And do you know what, though? I've loved every second of it, and I've learnt a lot as well. And it's been the first time I've shared a show with the both of you. So thank you so much. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Would you know when we're next seeing you both?
You're seeing Ian on the 23rd with the Lord of SVG files.
Oh, right, okay. I know I'm going to be fighting for to do that show with you.
He's flying solo.
Flying solo. Well, you'll be well looked after here, of course. Thank you so much,
You're
both.
welcome.
Safe journey home. Please make sure, everybody, to check out your baskets and have a wonderful day. If you are at Doncaster and you are still there and you're having a wonderful day, make sure to, of course, join the shows afterwards. You can always watch this one back on socials, and, of course, head over to the liveshopping.vip website to check out all of the items within the brand shop of the Crafty Witches. There's so much to explore, and it's a download, so you can still get yours now. Even if you're watching this hours later, don't worry, you can still be part of the fun and get involved. But you do need to check those baskets out. Right, have a fabulous weekend, everybody. See you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.